Hello everyone, this is my Econometrics individual assignment presentation. My topic is beyond the OLS, quantile regression evidence on the time spillovers in the US, Japan, sovereign bond markets. My lecturer is the Dr. Fami. I'm Su Jianfeng. The batch number is a P160672. This paper is including uh, five chapter. Chapter one is introduced. There are the three parts of the chapter one: research background, research questions, and estimate contribution. Research background: the Japanese government bond market is the third largest sovereign debt market globally, with the outstanding security exceeded 1,000 trillion yen by the end of the 2024 as the global safe haven asset and a key benchmark for international capital allocation. The JCB market plays a central role in the international monetary system. Understanding the determinants of the JGB yield movement, particular their response to external shock, is therefore is a substantial importance for investor, policymaker, and academic researcher. The research question is question one to examine whether the spillover effect of U.S. interest rate fluctuation and U.S. real macroeconomic momentum on the JBJ Japanese government bond yield change are the asymmetric and non-linear. The number two research question is to investigate whether the global risks aversion challenge at the extreme economic period. The third research question is to explore whether the Bank of Japan's monetary policy to exceed efficiency boundaries. The that part is the estimate contribution. Um, there is a free part of content. The methodological contribution we will study the QR means the quantile quantile regression plus the bootstrap text. The second is empirical contribution. We will check the J channel. It provides first systematic evidence on the J suspect transmission channel in the US, Japan, yield linking in identified cyanide and a VTEC effect in the tail-only factor channel. They are the completely invisible to the OLX exclamation which contribution newer knowledge to the international finance on the state dependence spillover mechanisms. The police, the police implication. We will check the straight tax implications. In the chapter two is the literary review. There are five parts on in these chapters: theory, the earlier empirical challenge, six UPI fair mechanisms, and that is the OLS limitation. The fourth is the research gap, and the last one is the research hypothesis. The theory and the earlier empirical challenge, the UIP condition formalized in the 1917 to the 1918 predict that the investment rates differential between two currents equal to the expected rate of the depreciation Under the framework, the cross-border transmission of the yard movement operated primarily through the interrange arbitrate. When the U.S. Treasury's yield rise relative to the Japan government bond yield, international capital show flow from Japan to the United States, simultaneously affecting both yield until the UIP condition is restored. Some economists thought classified UIP failed as one of the major ammonians in the foreign exchange markets, and the subsequent literature have confirmed that this ammonia is a both persistent and economically significant. Next-range ASIS offered a comprehensive synthesis of why the UIP fails empirically, highlighting the role of the time-varying risks, opinion, visual problem, and the learning dynamics. UIP failure mechanism, there are six channel. One is a crisis-specific dynamic. The second is the heterogeneous expectation. The third is a capital fault warranted. The fourth is uncertainty and risk opinion. The fifth is the financial globalization. The sixth is the physical monetary interaction. OLS limitation. OLS assume that the same transmission uh, coefficient apply to the entire distribution, but is variable while the existing the well document except the quotas and the scarcity of the asset returns. When UIP break down, the distribution of a Japan government bond yield change become factor and asymmetric. With the transmission mechanism operating differently at the extremely right time compared to the central distribution. OLS mechanically average over the heterogeneous mechanisms producing a single dilute dilute coefficient. There is a free research grant after we are like lecturer reviewed. The grade one is OLS based estimate that dominating is setting the natural sum a constant transmission coefficient in consonance with the state dependent nature of a UIP breakdown. The graph 2 is the OLS based management cannot detect this they split channel potentially leading to the uh, systematic oversight of the important transmission mechanisms. The graph 3 is a sum of the theory predictions about the effectively of the conventional versus unconventional monetary policy are right, but they have not been the empirical text in the context of the Japanese YCC regime. With such hypotheses, after this LR, we have get the three hypotheses. Hypothesis 1 is a highly asymmetric and nonlinear cross-border spillover effect from the U.S. interest rate inflation and the U.S. real macroeconomics momentum and to change in the Japan government bond yield in the extremely experience. The hypothesis 2 is the VIX effect on the JGB yield is non-linear and confined to the extremely right tail, with the predict positive sign reflecting carry chain unwinding during the extremely market conditions. The debt hypothesis is the ban of Japanese monetary policy to expect a clear efficiency boundary with the conventional interest rate policy effective across a broad range of the conditions while unconventional tools show more limited effectiveness, particularly in the extremely period. Okay, we enter chapter P3 is methodology. Methodology have four parts. One is the econometrics framework. The second is the model certification. The third is the data description and source. The last is the estimation stage. This is the framework, econometric framework, OLS benchmark to the quantile regress purchase. It's a OLS model and have the quantile regression specification. This model is estimated at the quantile, the QR model is estimated to at the 10 quantile, the tau in uh, zero point 0.1 to the 0.95. This is a variable definition and data source and expectation sign. A variable we have a six three seven seven variable, including one is the global the JB the JB JGB 10 years bond. One is the US USD is also one 10 years US shares out. And CF9 means the Chicago Federal National Activity Index, whereas means the COB Volatility Index. BOJ means the BOJ range means the change in the BOJ policy range, and is the largest is a band of Japanese total asset. And another last one is a YCC dummy. YCC dummy is a yaw curve controlled. Okay. It's a data description and resource. The data description statistics, we have the 311 observations. The data source from the FIED. Yep. After we have the data descriptive statistics, we can see the JB test reject the non-hypothesis of the normality at the 1% significant level for all the variables. This is also another the graph of the data descriptive statistics. All the variable data series except the VIX and YCC dummy are plot in the first difference form. VIX is the raw data and the YCC dummy is the binary indicator. 0 equal to the pre-YCC and the post-YCC. 1 equal to YCC regime from the September 26 to the March 2024. The 3.4, the chapter 4, the chapter 3, the fourth part is the estimation stage. This practical analyze process in the four steps, so the systematic text and the three research hypothesis and assess the robustness of the findings. The step one is estimate the baseline OLS regression to provide a benchmark for the comparison with the quantile regression result. The second tool is estimate the model at 10 quantile, particularly pay attention to the 95th percentile as the corresponding to the period when the UIP breakdown. The threat three is account for the conditional heterostatic. Employ the bootstrap standard error using the XY pair with sampling with 1,000 replications. The step 4 is conduct three category of the diagnostic text, including the slope quantity text, symmetric text, quantile cross text. Chapter 4 is empirical analysis. There are three-part content in it: the test result analysis, diagnostic text, and the bootstrap robust. The first step, you use the unit root text. We use the tool is the ADF. After the ADF, we can see the stationary text use the ADF text we have with the fixed leg one in the monitor data. All the six variable data series with just the united root of the non hypothesis at the 1% scientific level, confirming the stationary in their text form. Or if the 1% scientific level. The correlation and the muted coordinated diagnosed. Diagnosed. The correlation metric of the regression or the correlation is below the 0.22 indicated that the regression of the adaptive with variance in the percent sample except VIX CF9 equal to the negative 0.317 indicated a modulated counter cyclical relationship. The variance in fact factor VIF. All the VIFs are below 1.30, providing strong evidence that muted colonial does not threaten the reliability of the coefficient estimate in either the OLS baseline or the quantile regression. In the OLS baseline estimate, we can see that F stick value is the 10.31. The p-value is 0, indicated that it is 6 regression generally explain a statistically meaningful share of the variation in the DJ in the dependence variable. The R-square value is the 0.169, meaning that the model accounts for the approximately 16.9% of the total rotation in the dependent variable upon figures for the first different yacht series driven by the diverse monetary and macroeconomic force. DW value equal to the 2.003 indicated a set of the first order series auto correlation in the OLS residues. Consistent with the first difference specification imitation much of the persistence present in levels. OLS means estimate mass potential heterogeneity across the conditional distribution of the dependence variable and efficiency of the CF9 VIX and the Bank of Japan range and look at the Japan balance sheet asset. At the mean does not preclude the scientific and economical important effect at the time and distribution. The quantile regression estimate. The quantile text on the we are focused on the quantile text on the tau 0.5 and the tau 0.95. We consider that the Pesciu R square across the quantile, the goodness of fit mirror the fellow U-shaped pattern, 0.141 at the tau 0.1 decrease to the mean of the 0.095 0.95 at the median, the tower equal to the zero point 0.5 and rising the 0.142 at the tau equal to the 0.95. This U-shape indicated that the certificate regression Jenny explained a greater share of the conditional distribution at the tail than at the center, consistent with the hypothesis that extremely yacht movements. We can see this one. Uh, the tower zero point 0.1, the tower 0.5, and the tower 0.95. This is also the quantized estimator comparing the result between the tau zero point 0.5 and tau 0.95. There extremely movement occur in the right tail. You can see this one. Extremely movement in the right tail. This is a quantile regression coefficient across all the quantile. We are comparing the tau zero point 0.5 and tau 0.55. The model fit is bits at the tail and the wicks in the middle of the distribution. It suggests that the explanation variables are more informative or for the predicting extremely yacht changing than for the predicting the typical yacht change. This finding support the use of the quantile regression for the risk management purpose. This is a diagnostic tax. We can see this snow quality tax. The vortex static value is the 118.9593. The F equal to the 54. P value is less than the 0.001, strongly reject the non-hypothesis. This result provide the most important justification for use of quantile regression. The systematic quantile tax, the static value is the 51.26, the F value equal to the 35, P value is 0.037, reject the non-hypothesis of the symmetric and the 5% level. It indicated that the conditional distribution of the JBG yield change is asymmetric. There's another diagnostic tax. It's a RLM tax where reviewed significant conditional heterostatic at all the three leg lengths 4, 12, and 36. You can see this. We have 3 legs. The leg 4 Q static value is 18.37. P value is 0.001, indicating strong arc effect at the short range. And the leg 36 Q statics value is 54.93. P value is 0.026, indicated the perseverance of the arc effect over the longer horizon. The percent of the significant arc effect in the tau equal to the 0.95 residue validated the use of the bootstrap standard error rather than the default astromatic standard error. This is the tau 0.95 with the bootstrap standard error. The bootstrap inference used a y-axis pairing with sampling with the 1000 replication and the whole shutter bandwidth with a 0.031326. The result provides three important conclusions. The first is the DSUST 10 effect is the most rebound finding. rebound finding. The second is the DBOJ range effect remain the uh, robust. That is the CF9 effect is imaginable robust. You can see this. The p-value means is equal to less than 5% level. It showed significant. The final chapter is the discussion and the conclusion. The key finding, the policy implication and conclusion. The key finding is there is a free finding after this study. The first one is OLS underestimate the magnitude of the U.S.-Japan Yao spillover during the strict periods. The two U.S. variable CF9 and V6 deviate at the extremely right tail of the JBG Yao distribution, a phenomenon completely invisible to the OLS estimation. That is the ban of Japan police to exhibit a clear efficiency boundaries across the conditional distribution. The policy implication, according to the research finding central bank straight tax and the institutional risk management framework should incorporate quantity-based estimation rather than the relying exclusive on the OLX, where regulatory stress testing favored incorporating scenario analyzed at the tau equal to the 0.95 level to the capture team specific channel. As to the ban of Japan monetary policy changes, conventional range policy remain the most reliable tool. The wax effect is structural concentrated at the right tail. The statistic evidence is weaker than the front inference suggests indicated that the wax should be used as one of the several indicated rather than the predicator across the broad suggests. The risk management uses tools with a more pedestrian attitude. The conclusion. This study demonstrated that the conventional ULS estimation systematically underestimates the magnitude of the U.S.-Japan Yao spillover during the stress period using quantile regression with the bootstrap inference. We find that the UST10 conditions at the 95th percentile of the Japan government bonds while distribution is the approximately two times the OLS estimate. A finding robust to the bootstrap adjustments to US variables CF9 and VX activate at the extremely right tail. Among the band of Japan police too, conventional interest rate policy remain the most reliable, with the 28 significant effect at the upper, middle, quantile, and extreme right tail, while the unconventional show limit robust effective. These findings have direct implication for the stress testing. Ban of Japan monetary policy and international financial regulation, the methodological framework developed combined the quantile regression with the bootstrap inference, which provides a template for the analyzing state dependence transmission mechanism in the international finance, with the application to the wide range of the cross-border economic relationship. Thank you. That's all.